Ambusher of Memory. This rampant memory domain is the home of the fallen. Blue is the color of calmness and rationality, a color as serene and lovely as Leba herself. That's what Leba's neural space ought to be in Lenna's memory. But right now, all she can see are ruined structures and sinister robots wandering in all directions like rogue marionettes. Multicolored data fragments floating everywhere in the space, colorful but creepy. How did Leba's neural space end up like this? Leba, where are you? Leba! Leba! The neural space's owner is nowhere in sight and Lenna cannot help shouting her name all around. Alerted by Lenna's shouting, a pack of machines in the distance snap their heads in her direction. Lenna frantically cowers behind a piece of rubble and sends a transmission to Persica. Are you seeing this, Persica? What are those creepy things? Yeah, I see them. The redundant data you need to eliminate are those creepy things over there. I did not expect it had accumulated to this extent. This is troublesome. Huh. Then, what about Leba? I don't see her anywhere. Is Leba alright? If you cannot find Leba, that's probably the fault of the redundant data. I don't think she has enough processing power to respond to you. Try again after getting rid of some of that redundant data. I have already granted you the necessary permissions. Alright, I'll get to it. Oh yes, while you're clearing the data, try searching for UMP-42. Do you know what she looks like? Yep. Leba used to have me around while she chatted with 40 in her neural cloud. I'll be able to recognize her if I see her. Good. According to the data scans, she should be nearby. She's always been in Leba's neural space, so maybe she knows what happened to Leba. You could try enlisting her help too. The transmission ends, and Lenna rises from behind the rubble, taking aim at the wandering robots. Sometime later. Phew, there sure were a lot of those robots. I hope Leba's feeling better now. Still, I did not see 40 anywhere. Where is she? Lenna looks around worriedly from where she's standing in front of a pile of scrap robots. Just then, she hears another pack of robots moving nearby. Right after that, she spots a small black figure suddenly slip out from among them and run straight toward her. Huh? Isn't that... be careful! Lenna quickly sidesteps and avoids the figure that's headed right for her. But when she looks up to study the newcomer, Lenna is startled. Whoa! Well, aren't you... You look... Damn. Looks scary. A little girl is looking back at her, head tilted and smile on her face. Hey, you there, who are you? Her face is like a doll's. Her eyes are golden, exceptionally bright when contrasted against her pale white skin, to the point where their brilliance is a little scary. Lenna feels a chill run down her spine as those eyes hone in on her. She unconsciously raises her gun and takes a step back. You, who are you? Why are you in Leba's neural club? But the girl does not answer, only tilts her head. Wanda? Hehe, kiki. And then as the girl laughs, a pack of creepy robots suddenly charges right toward Lenna. Well, we have already seen this stage in Florence. But the enemies though, they're quite new. Alright, I would love to do immersive story right now, but I kinda just wanna speedrun the gameplay. Sure, where the fuck, yes. By the time Lenna finishes wiping out the creepy robots, the girl has already vanished. All that remains are more weird robots wandering in the distance. Eh? Did she get away? Lenna looks around, a concerned expression on her face. This is just too weird. Why is there a little girl in Leba's neural cloud? I've never seen her before. Could she be a transformed piece of redundant data? Or is she a virus left behind by that weird doll? I'll just ask Persica. I'm sure she'll know. Lenna calls Persica, but there's no response from the channel which had been clear until just now. Eh? It's not getting through? Did the signal get cut off? No way. Did my communicator get damaged during the battle just now? Lenna carefully examines the device but doesn't see any obvious malfunctions. I have no idea what's going on. Forget it. Maybe it's because of the redundant data. Let's keep clearing out those robots. Lenna raises her gun again. Soon, she's wiped out all the creepy robots wandering around the vicinity. As her surroundings quiet down, Lenna's attention is suddenly drawn to a strange sound. What's that noise? Lenna looks around for the source of the sound and her eyes soon lock onto a pile of scrap robots in the corner. Through the abandoned metal hulks, she can make out something struggling in there. That's where the sound is coming from. Lenna looks again carefully and she makes out a familiar face framed with light gray hair. Is that Leva? Lenna sprints over and digs through the piles of machinery, doing her best to excavate the dull pin underneath them. Leva, what are you doing in there? Leva? Huh? A sudden embrace interrupts Lenna's words. Then she hears a cheerful voice thanking her. Nope, guess wrong. Hehe, but thank you so much for just now, Lenna. Well, her cutscene portrait looks cute. Lenna's face immediately falls. She carefully extricates herself from the hug and looks at the doll before her who looks almost like Leva before pouting. Oh, it's just UMP-40. Oh, don't look so disappointed. I might not be Leva, but we're still sisters, right? Plus, I know that your number one concern is how Leva's doing. You are here for Leva, right? Lenna's eyes immediately light up. Yep, she suddenly shut down, so I came to help Leva clear up the data in her neural cloud. 40. You and Leva share this neural space, so I'm sure you know where she is, right? I'm sorry, I haven't been able to communicate directly with Leva because of the redundant data, and I cannot pinpoint her location either. But if you want to know what happened before this, there's nobody who knows better than me. Upon hearing this, Lenna grabs UMP-40 tightly. So, what happened? Why was there an abnormal spike in the amount of redundant data? Why did Leva go into sleep mode ahead of time? And who is that weird girl? UMP-40 senses Lenna's anxiety and gently pats her hand. Calm down, one at a time. Basically, I've been monitoring Leva's neural cloud ever since it got damaged. She stopped talking to me ever since then. At first, I thought it was because she was busy with stuff. A week ago, I found that there was an abnormal surge in the amount of redundant data in Leva's neural cloud. I tried to ping her with an alert, but she completely ignored me. It was then that I realized that she had forgotten pretty much everything about UMP-40, and that she'd written off my previous alert as a glitch in the system. At first, I thought it would be okay to wait a few more days. After all, the situation in Odessa took priority. Plus, Leva's neural cloud was working fine. I figured you and Callum would make time to deal with it, and if all else failed, there was always me. But things soon spiraled out of control. UMP-40 gently touches her forehead, seemingly in regret over the previous events. All that redundant data is slowly fused together into weird robots and began running wild in Leva's neural space. They were aggressive too, and they were inflicting more and more disruption on her neural cloud. I did not have clearing permission, so all I could do was try my best to investigate the situation in her neural space and find a way to contact you guys. But then, a girl suddenly appeared in her neural space and she commanded the machines to attack me. My data protection ability was limited and they soon surrounded me. Well, at least until you showed up. Saying so, UMP-40 flashes Lenna a bright smile. So, I really owe you big time, Lenna. I don't know how would I have gotten away from those hunks of junk if you hadn't come to help. Eh? Huh? Lenna freezes up, then pouts in mild embarrassment. You're welcome, I guess. Anyway, I was doing all this for Leva. It's just that Persica happened to mention you were nearby, so I thought of looking you up to understand the situation. Hehe, then I'll have to thank Persica too. So, what else do you want to know about Leva's situation? Yeah, what's with that weird little girl? She ordered the robots to attack me too. Do you know anything about that, 40? I have no idea where that girl came from. However, Her attack methods seem very similar to those weird robots. Maybe she was spawned from the redundant data too? Still, that's just a guess on my part. We'll need Persica to verify the details. Have you contacted Persica yet, Lenna? I did, but after fighting that pack of robots, communications with her were cut off, like this. Lenna shows UMP-40 the empty transmission window on her communicator. I cannot believe this is happening. Could this be caused by disruption from the redundant data? Huh? Junk data can mess with comms too? Yep, the data's taking up Leva's computational space, which is limited, and they are also crowding up the transmission channels used for communication. Persica just happened to have cleared away some of it when you were first sent in. That was why your transmission back then managed to go through, but the redundant data is still growing. And now, her computational space has been filled up by an excess of redundant data again. Ah, I see. In that case, we better hurry up and clear out the data. We need to get in touch with Persica ASAP. Lenna reaches for UMP-40, but the latter shakes her head. No, I don't have clearing permissions right now. If you're the only one clearing it, you won't be able to match the rate at which the redundant data grows. So, what should we do then? You need to start by eliminating the sources of the data. The sources? Upon seeing that somewhat confused expression on Lenna's face, UMP-40 claps. A simple pen and paper sketch that looks suspiciously like a map appears in midair. UMP-40 points to several big, bouncing red X's on the map and look at Lenna. Ta-da! This is what I found while scouting Leva's neural cloud. There are several abnormal data modules inside Leva's neural cloud. They are like wellsprings that keep generating all that unwanted data. You might be able to stop the generation process if you get rid of them first. Also, I get the feeling that Leva might be near these sources. Really? You can sense that too? Lenna looks suspiciously at the messily scribbled diagram that looks like some kind of Voynich manuscript knockoff. Why do you have that doubtful look on your face? It's really demoralizing. It's just that the map looks really sketchy. I mean, this concerns the safety of Leva's neural cloud, so I obviously need to treat this matter seriously. We're Leva's only hope now. What if we go to the wrong place and delay her rescue? You won't go wrong. I've been in Leva's neural cloud for so long, so I know a thing or two about how it works. You know, like how sisters have a mental link. What? Are you saying sisters should have a mental link? Then Leva and I... Did you say something, Lenna? No, it's nothing. Oh yeah, a mental link. Of course, Leva and I have one of those. You know, mental link things. Yeah, although I don't really feel anything right now. Haha, you're so cute, Lenna. In any case, we don't have any other choice since we cannot contact Persica right now. So just follow my suggestion, okay? We cannot afford delays given Leva's situation. Lenna hesitates for a moment as she thinks about Leva and how her whereabouts are unknown. She looks into UMP-40's sincere eyes, then squeezes her communicator before finally nodding. Alright then, now tell me where those data sources are.